Today is April 21st. I truly cannot believe we are more than halfway through April already. It's a Monday morning, and it's going to be one of my last quiet Monday mornings for a little bit of time. Lots coming up in my future regarding people and guests and connecting and just being with people. This morning I woke up and Motorcycle Man was still in bed, and I was like, what is going on? Are you not going to work today? And he said, no, I have a doctor's appointment. So he got off to a late start, which meant I got off to a late start. It kind of threw me, it just threw my routine out of whack a little bit. But I wanted to share on here, I got up a little bit ago and walked around the house and looked at the shadows and the beautiful things that I will never tire of. I don't know what it is. I just walk around in the morning and I see these little, what I call just, beautiful moments in the day, and they change with the sun, and shadows are always just very quickly moving. If you notice, like 1 minute this will be here and then another minute it'll be over here, and it changes really quickly. And when I was into photography and I wanted to capture a moment, I knew I had a very limited amount of time, sometimes based on the lighting. So I appreciate light and shadows, especially if colors come through with the things that I have hanging. And it's just something I hope I never tire of. So far, it just brings me so much joy. So I shared a little bit of that at the beginning of the video. Just doing the slow things like having your coffee in my homemade Wonky Love cup and lighting my candle, just appreciating what I call the little big things. So this weekend, I had a little bit of time before all the family gatherings, because there was one at my mom's and one at Rich's mom's. And so our weekend was full of family and celebrating and just being with people you love. But I did have a little bit of time, and I got on my computer and I thought, I kind of miss blogging, not vlogging like I'm doing now, but blogging. I have a website that I bought a domain on that has my name, or my name of my channel, Life in the Wild West. Before I was Life in the Wild West here on YouTube, I had a blog and I named it the same name. And it goes back, well, the one on Squarespace goes back 10 years, but prior to that, I was on WordPress. And so I've been blogging for a lot of time, and I wanted to take my blog and put it into a book. And oh my goodness, I have thousands and thousands of pages of blog, and it's going to cost a lot of money. So I had to figure that out. But I thought I'd like to have it tangible in my hand, or something that my kids can look at, because it's a lot about them growing up and images and all the videos, for some reason, that I would share on my blog say they no longer exist. I don't know what happened there, but the videos are gone, but all the pictures and all the words are still there. And I got on there, and then I saw I had a draft from June of 2023. Yeah, that's when I started this channel. And it's a coffee mug, and it talks about me being scared to start this channel. I never posted it. I never put it live. And so I read through it and I was like, oh my gosh, I am so proud of myself. I did it. In this blog post that I was writing, I was so nervous and so scared and so apprehensive. And I wrote all about my feelings. And I want to read to you what I wrote at the end, because it really, even though I wrote the words myself, it's like when you go back 2 years later and read this, you're like, those words are still speaking to me that I wrote in the moment. So I wanted to read you the last paragraph in case it might encourage you. Also, if you're thinking that you want to do something that you've been wanting to do and you've been scared or afraid and you don't want to do it because you're apprehensive or you're afraid of being judged or you don't know what people will say or think, or sometimes when I do this, I have this thought in the back of my head, like people think I'm like all about me because I'm just always talking about my life. And it's all about me. And there probably is a certain degree of that to have some truth in it. However, it's just, I have been like this since I have been so young. It's something that is in me, that comes alive in me, and I must create, and either if it's writing, picture documenting, videos, I just must be the keeper of memories. That's what I say. And so I want to read you this last little paragraph that I found in this post that I never put live. It's live now. No one reads my blog, honestly. It's for me. It's kind of like this channel. It's the thing that is the place I keep memories. And it doesn't matter who's reading it as long as I'm doing it. It doesn't matter if it's being seen or watched. What matters is that I'm doing it. So I want to read this last sentence to you. It's actually maybe a small paragraph that I found that spoke to me, and it may also just speak to you. So let me share it with you. All this to say, I think it's important to remember who we were before the world ruined us, before age set limits for us, before we took others' opinions as our own. I believe I was meant to be the memory keeper. This has come in many mediums. I love moving pictures, always have. This is why I made this brave choice to share on YouTube. And that was my post. And well, that was the end of the post. I really went into a lot of detail of why I wanted to start the channel and my fears and my nervousness and all that. It's just a little blog post about that. And so I decided, let's make it live. Even though it's 2 years late, maybe that was meant to be. I'm getting really close to 1,000 subs. I can barely believe it. I never gave up. I kept doing what I love, and I've almost made that first milestone that YouTube sets for all of us creators. It's been a kind of a long journey, almost 2 years, but I'm almost there. And then there's many more goals after that. But as long as I'm doing what I love, that's what matters the very most. I wanted to share that with you because maybe you need to hear it too. I wanted to just show you what my blog looks like. It's called Life in the Wild West. I love the typewriter font because it's very old-fashioned, so I always choose that font. I do something called taking stock. I did it this weekend, something I used to do monthly. I also kind of want to share that with you because it's really kind of fun. I wanted to talk to you about taking stock. When I got on my blog and I was looking around at all my old projects and things I talked about, I was like, oh my goodness, I used to do something called taking stock. I didn't come up with the idea. I think it was happening in the blog world where people were doing this thing called taking stock. And it reminds me a lot of when I do my 1 second of day video app. I also post that on my YouTube channel for myself, and it sort of shows everything that happened every single day of the month in a very quick glance. And it helps me to remember what the month was about. Well, taking stock is very similar, but a little bit more in depth, and it asks questions, if you will. I say questions because it's just like a word prompt that has you sit and think a moment. What happened I'm going to say in April. We're more than halfway through April, so I already did my April taking stock, and I plan, if I get the rhythm down again, to do this at least once a month, to sit down in front of my laptop, put what I would do for my image is I would take an image of myself so I could see myself in that year, in that time of the month, and then I would do like a double exposure and have fun with it. And so I created, sort of like an artistic visual picture of myself with, double exposure over it. And that was so much fun. And then I would take stock. And what that means is there's just words that help me think about what my answer will be. And let me give you an example, and it can be this simple. The prompt word is made. So I say, what did I make in April? And I may have made several things, but what I chose to write was, I made a postcard with watercolor and black pen. I know I did that, at least. I did that one thing. So I wrote that down, and then it'll say, what did you drink? Well, I drank a lot of coffee and iced tea with lemonade. Sometimes, well, most of the time it's coffee. The answer is coffee for that. Because I always keep the prompts the same. I never change them. But the answers are always different because each month is different. Each day is different. Each year is different. So they're different. It could also have something as what I call deep, which is, what did you hope for? Well, I hoped that love could conquer all. So it just depends on how you want to answer these. I love quotes. I don't have a quote on this one, but I'm going to add it. Something that spoke to you during the month, like a quote or a scripture, and then you can write that down. It's a very fun thing to do. And if you are interested in these word prompts that I come up with to create this thinking and putting down what I did, and some people can create templates here on YouTube and then share them, and you can say, download the template. Well, I have not learned how to do that at this point. So my email is always in the description of my YouTube video, or YouTube, like I have there's a description area of like me and why I'm doing YouTube. So if you go to that description area, my email address is in there. And if you want the template for this, I would be more than happy to share it with you if you want to start taking stock monthly yourself, because it's very reflective, and it also has you focus on your gratitude, because you're thinking about what beautiful things happened. But also, it may not be beautiful. It may be tragic. And because I'm a memory keeper, I want to know and remember and keep all those memories. So it's just a way to do that. And also, as time changes and time propels forward, things are going to keep changing. Your answers are going to be different every single month, and it's so much fun to do. So I want to incorporate that back in. And I was also thinking I would love more than anything to sit down, because I used to love to write so much, and I still in the morning, write in my journal, and I do my reading. There's just never enough time in the day. I say there's never enough time in the day, I feel like. I do that, but I also want to be able to just once a week for 1 hour, sit and write a blog and share a photograph and kind of go back into the old-fashioned ways. And that's really not old-fashioned, but it is these days. It's kind of old-fashioned these days. So I want to be able to do that. And I wanted to share it with you in case you want to do it too, in case you want to just have thought-provoking conversations with yourself. It's important if you're into that. Not everyone's into that, but I'm into that. And you might be into that, so. All this sighing, I'm just always like, it's like All right, so I thank you for listening. If you've stuck with me this far about my little dreams and aspirations to have a YouTube channel and how I blogged about it 2 years ago and forgot to put it live. I think timing is everything, and its time was now. But I wanted to show you what I'm wearing, because can you see me over there? Can you see me? I love jumpers. I am a huge, 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 huge fan of jumpers. even though it means you have to take off pretty much all your clothes when you go to the bathroom. And in public, that is really kind of crazy, especially when I wear my fanny packs. It's got to take the fanny pack off, peel off my whole clothes to go to the bathroom. But I still love them anyway. I love overalls and I love jumpers. It's like you don't even have to think when you get ready. You just put on one piece of clothing, kind of like a dress, and it's just all goes. So that's why I love them. And when my friend comes to visit, there's this place in LA called Big Bud Press, and they make jumpers, all different beautiful color jumpers. And I kind of want that to be part of our outing because, you know, when people come visit, you can be that little tourist with them and see these things you've always wanted to see but never really go out to see. So I can't wait to see Big Bud Press and see what kind of jumpers they have available. That's a wrap. I am finished editing together this video. I decided not to dance today because I have plenty of clips to pull together and make a little dance compilation for you at the end if you so desire to watch the dancing. Some people seem to like it. So I went ahead and put some dancing clips in there. May not go with the song, but that's okay. I'm dancing. I hope you will dance too. Dance in your kitchen, dance in your bathroom, dance in your living room, dance in your yard, dance in your car. Just dance because it feels so good, and I promise it'll make you smile. I am so happy that you are here. I'm so happy that I can share my life with you, and I'm almost at that 1,000. I can't even believe it. Maybe after I come back, after entertaining and being with the people I love, this couple, I don't even know. I think it's till sometime in May. I want to be here. I want to create, but I don't know what time will allow. I'm also nervous that I will not be answering comments in a timely manner. And I would love for you to just understand and know it's not because I'm ignoring you. It's because I don't have my computer with me because I'm with human beings. And I really try so hard when I'm with people not to be on technology. So when I get back, I will be so happy to answer any comments. And if you want the taking stock, email me at my email that you can find in the description of my channel, and I will be glad to give you all of those prompts of all of those things to think about. Okay, well, until next time, please remember peace, love. Keep going. Don't give up. If you have a desire in your heart and you've been thinking about it, give it a try. If you're nervous of failing, it's okay. We must fail so many times before we eventually succeed. And if you keep trying, you eventually do. I know I eventually will on here, so I'm not going to give up. Well, enjoy my dance, and until next time, well, I'll see you tomorrow. I wish. So, well, I'll see you when I see you is what I actually mean to say.